In the heart of the 20th century, a single chess game held the world at the edge of its seat. This wasn't just any game, though. In 1960, the American chess prodigy Bobby Fischer faced off against the Soviet Union's Boris Spassky. The game was more than a battle of wits. It became a symbol of the intense rivalry between two superpowers. Today, we're diving into the fascinating history of Soviet domination, starting with the establishment of the Soviet Union to its eventual dissolution. In 1917, a significant event shook the world, the October Revolution. This was a monumental event that marked the birth of the Soviet Union. The Bolshevik Party, led by Vladimir Lenin, overthrew the Russian provisional government. This marked the start of a new era, one where the proletariat held the reins of power. After Lenin's death in 1924, Joseph Stalin assumed the leadership. Stalin's rule was marked by rapid industrialization and economic growth, but also by a brutal regime that suppressed dissent and saw millions perish in famines and purges. In the midst of World War II, the Soviet Union found itself invaded by Nazi Germany. Despite the initial setbacks, the Soviet Union emerged victorious, marking a significant turning point in the war. The victory not only boosted Soviet morale, but also established the country as a global superpower. Following Stalin's death in 1953, Nikita Khrushchev took the helm. He introduced a policy of de-Stalinization, which aimed to dismantle the legacy of Stalin and implement more liberal policies. This era also saw the Soviet Union's power extend beyond its borders, with the establishment of the Warsaw Pact in 1955. The chess game in 1960 between Bobby Fischer and Boris Spassky wasn't just a game, it was a metaphor for the ongoing Cold War. The Soviet Union had been dominating the World Chess Championships for decades, and this game was a chance for the US to claim a symbolic victory. However, the Soviet Union's reign wasn't to last forever. In 1985, Mikhail Gorbachev assumed power and introduced policies of glasnost, openness, and perestroika, restructuring. These reforms aimed to revitalize the Soviet economy, but they also inadvertently led to a surge of nationalist movements within the republics. By the end of 1991, the Soviet Union was no more. The Union dissolved, with 15 independent republics emerging in its place. The age of Soviet domination had come to an end. In conclusion, the Soviet Union's history is a captivating tale of revolution, power, war, and eventual dissolution. From the October Revolution that marked its birth to the intense chess game that symbolized its global power, and finally, to the sweeping reforms that led to its downfall. The Soviet Union was a significant player on the global stage, shaping much of the 20th century history. Its influence continues to resonate today, long after its dissolution.